going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 3 of starting your mobile car detailing business with 7 Mile Detailing. Last video we talked about, just getting the skills and the supplies that you need to get your business started. Today we're going to be talking about, the actual process of starting just to do a basic detail. So ideally you would have a vehicle to transport your supplies. Assuming that you just have the basic supplies, shop vac, hose, soap, window cleaner, towels, extension cords. Assuming you all of that, starting to actually clean the car is quite an easy process, especially for just the basic cleaning detailing, because you don't really have the skills or supplies or tools that you need to get into the premium end of mobile car detailing, which we'll get into in future videos. So to get started, what I always like to do, any job site, I like to get there, talk to the customer, make sure everything's okay. After that, I just like to get everything out of the car and everything set up. So setting up is relatively easy. I just like to take my stuff out of the car, place it around the car, what I'm going to use. So assuming that every house will have an extension cord that you will be able to use, or outlet that you will be able to use for your shop vac and your hose. So first thing I like to do is just interior. I just like to go through the car, take out all the trash, throw it in the trash bag, and then I like to start vacuuming. Vacuuming, depending on the state of the car, can be really easy or a really big pain in the butt. So there's not really any sort of special technique or anything that you need to be able to vacuum. It's just simply go over the entire car. Vacuum up any trash, dust, hair, whatever. Vacuum that all up, and once you're done that, you'll already be able to see what a big impact just even basic vacuuming does for a car. And the next thing that I like to do after that is I like to wash the outside of the car, and we'll get into the more interior detailing in future videos. But for now, just because we're at bare bones, just soap and water, vacuum, we'll get into that stuff later. So for the outside of the car, what I like to do is I like to just give it a quick rinse down with water, and then what I like to do is I like to get a bucket, and I like to get soap, and I just get a big bucket of soapy water. And then I get another bucket of just regular water. So what I like to do is I like to get a sponge, and there are multiple different sponges that you could use. They have sponges that you wear as an oven mitt, and you stick it in the bucket and you wipe it around the car. There's other ones where it's a big, just foamy sponge. Depending on your price range, they'll all do somewhat of a similar job because you're still basic. You're still just using soap and water on the outside and just wiping it down. So say you have just one of those big sponges, what I like to do is I like to get the sponge, get it full of soapy water, and I just like to go over a section of the car. And you want to make sure that when you're doing the cars that you want to make sure that you're constantly cleaning the sponge that you're using, because otherwise it can trap, sand, dirt, little tiny pebbles and actually scratch up the paint job. So that's why I like to just do a panel at a time, and I go in, do the panel, and then after that I'll rinse it in a bucket of just water just to get all the dirt, sand, rocks, debris out. And then after that, you just get those dirty kitchen towel rags that you have, clean obviously, but dry, and just dry the car down. And then that's pretty much just the basic car cleaning service. And depending on how long it takes you, you can charge anywhere from $50 to $100. And depending on how dirty or clean the car is, it'll take you an hour to 3 hours, depending on how dirty the car is. But obviously that's that's pretty much phase one of starting your business, is just bare bones, soap, water, vacuum, car window cleaner. And for the window cleaner, I forgot to mention this, all you need to do is get a $5 bottle of window cleaner and just spray the window and wipe it down with a clean rag. But that's going to conclude episode 3 for today. Next episode, we'll get into some other stuff about, premium upgrades, maybe about getting customers. Thanks for tuning in today. We have about 7 more episodes, and we'll definitely get your mobile car detailing business taken off.